Okay, hello everyone, what's going on? I'm Gaff, the Masterman74 here today on the Stream Archives channel for a change, as I'm trying to put my headset down. I am going to be playing Portal 2 today, and one thing to note right off the bat is how different this is going to look compared to the original two parts. Bearing in mind that I've not played this game in like a year and a half, no lie, so as I put the game into my console right now and throw the box on my bed for the time being, I'm going to be playing Portal 2. So it's been a year and a half since I played this, and I got about halfway through the game before I stopped playing it, and I believe it was either Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2 which I was playing at the time, but I finished those games off in terms of what I wanted to do in terms of content. But Portal 2 I never went back to, and it's January 2018 and I'm just going back to it. One thing I'll do as well is I'll turn my TV volume down, just because that might cause some background interference. So you might get loud audio crackles in the audio, and I'm sorry for that, but there's nothing I could do, dude. So the purpose of doing this is just to say, you know, I fucked up, in all honesty. I said, even since December of 2017, I wanted to play Portal 2 on stream, but the one thing that's holding me back is I really don't want to stream this game. So I thought that, you know, after some thinking, it might be a little bit better to go ahead and do a capture instead of a stream. And that's what's going to happen here, is that I'm going to play the game locally and give my commentary over it and upload the video to my Stream Archives channel after the fact, and add it, if you will, to the streams playlist, even though it's not really a stream per se. But if I load the game, as you can see, it doesn't even give the year, but it was August 9th, and I'm pretty sure it was 2016 when I did this. So that's pretty damn bad, if I say so myself. But this is where we got to, wasting 2.5 minutes of your time on the intro. We got to the fall, which is the beginning of the underground stages of the game. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do this, whether or not I'm going to try and get to the end of the game in this recording, or if I'm going to try and just get out of the underground areas, but we'll see how it goes and how I feel. And if I feel good, we may make a lot more progress than you might think. But we fell down, crashed down here, got some flaming debris, and now we've got to make our way through this dilapidated environment. So a lot of destruction and all sorts of metal debris which must have fell from above. So there's all sorts of crazy things going on down here. A lot of towers and trusses and support stuff. We've got to cut through, go down this way, get ourselves up there. Wow, so we need to head down this way. So this place is actually pretty cool. I remember playing this, and it's very nice to see this sort of stuff. We need to make our way up here. Damn, look at this tower. It's all fallen over. Damn. All this crane or whatever. We've got plenty of shit in the background as well, as you can see. So this is monstrously large, this area. So it's quite crazy. So the vitrification order music in the background, that's what I wanted to say. Oh god, we've got to keep out. Do not enter. Do not enter. Condemned testing area. Condemned 1961. And that's how you can tell it's American, because I got the date and the month the wrong way around. This enrichment shaft may contain unsafe quantities of cosmic ray spallation elements. So that ain't good, let me tell you that. Cosmic rays, usually probably gamma rays or X-rays or something like that, which are very harmful to you in large doses. So don't ever go near gamma rays or X-rays, because they're not good. But yeah, this place is actually pretty massive. So there we go, we're going into, you know, Was it Tartarus, does that say? I don't even know, but it's 09. Test shaft 09. And we are heading down this way. So, there's a lot of warning signs about all this sort of crap that we're going to get exposed to. But we are having a lot of messages telling us to keep out of this area because it's really bad. So, that's not very good. But we shall progress and see what the hell is actually going on. So, I know this video might be a lot more boring compared to the previous parts, and I apologise for that. Part of the fun would be that this would have been a stream and there might have been actual people to interact with, but you know me, I barely get any viewers on a stream anyway, so it would probably be just me talking crap as per usual. But I like this part of the game. It made me think the first time I played it, Zulu Bunsen. So we're not supposed to actually go into this area, but what the fuck are warnings, right? We need to actually get our backside in here. In the event of flooding, seek air pockets. Good advice. Got to swoosh right onto these two buttons like so. And this big, heavy vault, Fallout-esque door is going to open. It's about time that we make our way over to it. So this is what I found very, very cool and interesting, and also kind of funny too, is how, you know, you got this big massive vault door almost, you know, and it's literally just a tiny push bar door. That's literally all that's behind it. That's hilarious. You need a big blast door to seal off a push bar door. It's quite funny, I think. But that's the first part of the underground section that we got through. I guess this is more like context or an establishing shot, if you will, that this is just the area that we're in and we're getting introduced to it. Do not lean on railing. Okay, that looks as if that will severely hurt you. So we've got all these spheres in the water and all that stuff going on. Oh dear. Ground shaking. Oh god, one of the cables snapped. Oh dear, that's not good. Damn, look at this place, man. Got our spheres up there as well. All this rocky terrain and all that. So, oh man, look what's happened here. It's like this massive crack in the wall. Surprise, surprise, that's actually where we're supposed to go. Experiment discontinued. Oh, okay. So it's like they filled it up with cement. Oh, look at that. So there's no way anyone's ever going to go into there. There's 1 to 200 test chambers. It's discontinued areas. So all, as I said, context to this location. The Aperture Science Innovators, and that's what's going on right now. 1952. So they were going for a few years, I think, before they even had to start discontinuing all of the experiments. So, entranceway, automated doors, lobby, and the testing lounge is that lever that we just pulled. As you can see, this is a testing lounge.
You're here because we want the best, and you are it.
It's Cave Johnson.
I am. Now, you already met one another on the limo ride over, so let me introduce myself. I'm Cave Johnson. I own the place. That eager voice you heard is the lovely Carolyn, my assistant. Rest assured, she has transferred your honorarium to the charitable organization of your choice. Isn't that right, Carolyn?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
She's the backbone of this facility. Pretty as a postcard, too. Sorry, fellas. She's married. To science.
Okay, just wanted to get Cave Johnson's audio out of the way there. One thing to note, I don't actually have any sort of captions on. So, if I go full captions, I'll see how that goes. So hopefully we get the subtitles so you can at least read what's going on if I'm talking over what's being said. But, yeah, this is a lift, but we can't go through there. And, obviously, you know, Cave Johnson and all that. He's a eccentric fellow, and obviously this was at the time where Aperture Science had a lot of money, so they was able to, you know, afford, you know, athletes and Olympians and all that. Okay, maybe having the full captions isn't the best idea, because then we get all those notifications as well saying all the portals are firing, and I don't think people want to see that, so subtitles only, why not? But we're supposed to swoosh on down and through the hoop and break our back against the wall. So that's something. If you haven't guessed, I've played this game before, so I absolutely know what it is that we need to do to beat this stuff. But, you know, lush environments. Obviously someone broke the display and stole all the trophies, but got Cave Johnson and, you know, Bry's Assault Mine, illegible text, 1947, potato science, and, oh, look at that, Aperture Science number 2. I wonder who number 1 would have been.
Some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely.
Oh, that's not good.
We've got a much better test for you. Fighting an army of mantis men. Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
Cave Johnson. He gives some funny dialogue in this, and I'm bad that I missed it to just make irrelevant points that don't really matter. But I love this game. I love all the different styles and methods of beating the tests and all that. It's pretty good, I would say. So here we are. We're at like the base of one of the testing spheres. So what we need to do is get ourselves up in there by getting over there. But unfortunately for us, the catwalk has broken. So we need to get our backsides over there. Now, not exactly here, but we're going to listen to some of these audio clips.
If you've cut yourself at all in the course of these tests, you might have noticed that your blood is pure gasoline. That's normal. We've been shooting you with an invisible laser that's supposed to turn blood into gasoline, so all that means is it's working.
That doesn't sound too good now, does it? Next clip.
Just a heads up, we're going to have a superconductor turned up full blast and pointed at you for the duration of this next test. I'll be honest, we're throwing science at the wall here to see what sticks. No idea what it'll do. Probably nothing. Best case scenario, you might get some superpowers. Worst case, some tumors, which we'll cut out.
They'll just cut out tumors.
If you need to go to the bathroom after this next series of tests, please let a test associate know, because in all likelihood, whatever comes out of you is going to be coal. Only temporary, so do not worry. If it persists for a week, though, start worrying and come see us, because that's not supposed to happen.
Oh, it's hilarious. It really is. Come back to us, because that's not supposed to happen. It's just, damn. And they'll cut out your tumors as well. I mean, it's comedy. This is. I mean, it's awesome. The team that wrote this, it's awesome. It really is. So this is what I mean by enjoying all the sorts of stuff that we need to do. Maximum velocity and broke my legs. And there you go. That's what you're supposed to do. Get our backsides over to Pump Station Alpha. And it looks like this should take us to where we need to go to. So once we cut on through here, we should be getting to where we need to get to. Now, of course, we got to know our allergens, pollen, animal dander, plastics, and antimatter. And know your hazardous, materials and chemical hazards. Do not inhale fumes, no matter how good they smell, and don't touch anything unfamiliar, because you will die. Especially to the antimatter allergens, because they will fuck up your regular matter substantially, and that's just physics right there. So the pump station has been activated, and have I just completely missed where we're supposed to be going? Because I probably have. Of course, I think what we need to do is actually get ourselves up there somehow, because going up there is a catwalk which we can swoosh our way onto, and then we can just go out. So safety first. Together we can make 1956 the lowest unexpected casualty annum ever. So of course we're going way back, and we don't even know if that was true.
They say great science is built on the shoulders of giants. Not here. At Aperture, we do all our science from scratch. No hand-holding.
No hand-holding. Yeah. Such as putting a superconductor on full blast and pointing it at someone, or you excrete coal and it's not supposed to happen after a week. That's the charm of this game, though. That's the charm of this game. Okay, what's happening here? Oh. Okay.
Let's get started. This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel. You're not part of the control group, by the way.
The control group.
Last poor son of a gun got blue paint. All joking aside, that did happen. Broke every bone in his legs. Tragic, but informative. Or so I'm told.
That's bad, that is. So you are here, right at the bottom of test chamber 9. Now, of course, they have all these other test chambers, but as far as we know, they're all discontinued and just broken. So we are lucky to get the test chambers that are actually working, hopefully. This test is unsolvable without an Aperture Science portable quantum tunneling device. If you've not received one, please find a test associate before participating in any shaft or O9 enrichment activities. Okay. Repulsion gel. Oh no, it's true. The gel is a sweeter, slightly less non-toxic form of fiberglass insulation. Yeah. Let's just say if that got into your stomach, it will bounce around and it will probably kill you or do some serious damage. Just like ingesting alpha radiation or something. Which, don't ever, ever, ever ingest alpha radiation, because that will seriously fuck you up. I'm not even going to exaggerate with that. Trust me, I'm a physicist, or an undergraduate physicist, so I should know these things. But anyway, this is what we need to do. Of course, I can't help but think back to the blue paint situation, which ain't good. But we have the long fall boots, so even if that was the case, then we would survive all these falls.
The lab boys just informed me that I should not have mentioned the control group. They're telling me I ought to stop making these pre-recorded messages. That gave me an idea. Make more pre-recorded messages. I pay the bills here, I can talk about the control group all damn day.
The control group. Of course, the lab boys just informed me not to mention the control group, okay? But fuck them, I do what I want. Because I'm the owner. That's Cave Johnson's logic. He's awesome like that. I was not supposed to go this way. It's an office which overlooks absolutely nothing. And you get these which look as if they're falling over as well inside the corrosive liquid below. And part of me wants to think if that was always corrosive liquid or not, or if that's just water gone bad over many years of just being exposed to shit.
Travel into your bloodstream and pump experimental genes and RNA molecules and so forth into your tumors. Now, maybe you don't have any tumors. Well, don't worry. If you sat on a folding chair in the lobby and weren't wearing lead underpants, we took care of that too.
Oh dear. Oh dear. So they're doing all sorts of, you know, insane shit behind the scenes here. I mean, wow. I mean, honestly, if any company ever did this in real life on the Earth, then let's just say people won't be very forgiving if they did that. Just saying. And you gotta love the music in the background as well, all these arpeggiator sounds and all that. It's pretty good, if I say so myself. I really quite like it. So, okay, I think we're supposed to do something like that to get on over here. Ah, hole in the floor, that ain't good. But we can use the bounce mechanics to our advantage. Don't fall in the floor. So we can just bounce from side to side, grab our box, and get over to the other side, and that's what we need to do. So happy days to us. Okay. So that's that now. And all we need to do is just have a portal there, and we can bounce our way over to the exit, hopefully. Hey, there we go. It's awesome.
You got covered in that repulsion gel. Here's some advice the lab boys gave me. Do not get covered in the repulsion gel. We haven't entirely nailed down what element it is yet, but I'll tell you this, it's a lively one, and it does not like the human skeleton.
That's not good. So, yeah, if you get covered by the repulsion gel, don't get covered by the repulsion gel, because you'll be fucked, son. It's like, damn. Also, it looked like there's a bit of a level geometry that poked through there for a second, if you saw that. It's probably the enrichment sphere model sort of clipping through the elevator. That's what I think, at least. Because all these are like pure spherical models, so there's no holes for the entrance or exits. Oh my god, what happened here?
Made of asbestos, by the way. Keeps out the rats. Let us know if you feel a shortness of breath, a persistent dry cough, or your heart stopping. Because that's not part of the test. That's asbestos.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to let them know if your heart stops, because that's the asbestos.
44.6 years. So if you're 30 or older, you're laughing. Worst case scenario, you miss out on a few rounds of canasta. Plus, you forwarded the cause of science by 3 centuries. I punch those numbers into my calculator, it makes a happy face.
It makes a happy face. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's not a happy face, but more like a Lenny face or something. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Well, that's the exit up there. Like, it's like the entire bottom fell out of this test chamber, and there's like something over here, but it's completely all fallen apart. So that's sort of the charm to this sort of stuff. You see what was supposed to happen, and now it's just all gone to hell, I guess. We're supposed to go up there. Yeah, this one I haven't done in ages, so that's why I've had to sort of slowly try and determine what it is that we needed to do. But in the end, we did it.
I like your style. You make up your own rules, just like me. Bean Counter said I couldn't fire a man just for being in a wheelchair. Did it anyway. Ramps are expensive.
Wait. No, ramps are expensive. Push the button. And that's the repulsion gel. And we just find a splodge of it somewhere where we don't want it to be, but we get the splodges of repulsion gel now. So I like this music as well in the background right now. I don't think I said that I can't hear the music, but I can barely hear it. But you know, it's good music. Not gonna lie, the people that made this are, you know, awesome. Actually, I'll put it there. So hopefully that gets a big splash down here. So then we can just jump on past, get past, and fire that portal there. Fire it there, and then it goes through the portal like so. And all we need to do is get ourselves through the portal. So I'll perform the fling necessary to do so. So we bounce, and we make it. Awesome.
That coffee we gave you earlier had fluorescent calcium in it, so we can track the neuronal activity in your brain. There's a slight chance the calcium could harden and vitrify your frontal lobe. Anyway, don't stress yourself thinking about it. I'm serious. Visualizing the scenario while under stress actually triggers the reaction.
So they slip in shit into your drinks as well, and if you actually get stressed and think about it, it actually like fucks your mind up. I mean that's why this game's so awesome. That's why this game is so goddamn awesome, and I like it so much. Anyway, we're going into the next test chamber. Is this number 27, really? Test chamber 27? Shows you how many they made and how well they've withstood the test of time.
Most likely you've forgotten it's even there. But if it starts vibrating and beeping during this next test, let us know. Because that means it's about to hit 500 degrees, so we're going to need to go ahead and get that out of you pretty fast.
Again, they're gonna end up killing you to this sort of stuff. Okay, I see what it is that we need to do. Right, so we jump on up. And we get up there. Oh, I got covered in the repulsion gel. I'm going to get killed now because of that. Although I'm sure it's not that bad.
I'm telling them, keep your pants on. All right, this next test may involve trace amounts of time travel. So, word of advice, if you meet yourself on the testing track, don't make eye contact. Lab boys tell me that'll wipe out time. Entirely. Forward and backward. So, do both of yourselves a favor and just let that handsome devil go about his business.
So yeah, remember, if your future you tries to warn you about this test, don't listen. Oh dear. So that's that's funny as well. Like if you try trace amounts of time travel, like really? Ah, come on, are you kidding me? I didn't do it on the right side. Damn it. I was supposed to do it on the left side like so, and then I fall through the portal, bounce off the blue gel on the left side, and there we go. Gel flow. Gotta love that pipe. So we are here now. The exit's over there, or maybe the exit was destroyed. Accidents hurt you. You'll be hurt. Co-workers don't endanger others. The company. Replacements are costly. Science. Investigations impede progress. So that's a very good co-worker pushing a person into flaming corrosive bowels. Of course, he should be getting killed in the process. Surely, because if it's, you know, on fire, then I don't know. Something should happen. But anyway, that's something that we can do. We need to fire one over there so we can get some bouncy gel onto that wall. And then we should be able to swoosh on down like so and bounce and not make it. Wow. I thought that would have at least made that. At least you don't get screwed if you fuck it up. But I was under the assumption that that's what you needed to do. Unless there's something else that I'm missing. Which I don't even know if I am missing anything. Unless it's supposed to be more one to the right hand side or more in the middle. Hold on, let's investigate this. So I jumped, went through the portal, bounced off. Oh, okay, so I didn't do it apparently the first time. So I did it right, but apparently I didn't do it. Okay, whatever. Not going to question it. We did it eventually.
This, it means you're taking a long time on the catwalks between tests. The lab boys say that might be a fear reaction. I'm no psychiatrist, but coming from a bunch of eggheads who wouldn't recognize the thrill of danger if it walked up and snapped their little pink bras, that sounds like projection. They didn't fly into space, storm a beach, or bring back the gold. No, sir, we did. It's you and me against the world, son. I like your grit. Hustle could use some work, though. Now let's solve this thing.
Yeah, optimism and trying to empathise with you. And of course now we've got the bouncy box that just bounces all over the place. So we got to wipe that clean. And we need to start putting it onto the button, like so. Hate how it's not like Portal 1 where you can put the, but you know, like use the RT button to like throw the box almost. But we're supposed to do something like this. Get the box out of there like that.
Why? It's about why not? Why is so much of our science dangerous? Why not Mary say science if you love it so much? In fact, why not invent a special safety door that won't hit you on the butt on the way out because you are fired? Now you test subject, you're doing fine. Yes, you. Box your stuff. Out the front door. Parking lot. Car. Goodbye.
He is brutal, Cave Johnson, man. He's absolutely brutal. But a very funny individual, if I say so myself. If you haven't already established, that's what I think about this. But of course, after that test, we are done. Wow, that's awesome. We got out of the repulsion gel testing.
You're standing here listening to me means you've made a glorious contribution to science.
Awesome.
As founder and CEO of Aperture Science, I thank you for your participation and hope we can count on you for another round of tests. We're not going to release this stuff into the wild until it's good and damn ready, so as long as you keep yourself in top physical form, there'll always be a limo waiting for you. Say goodbye, Carolyn.
Goodbye, Carolyn.
She is a gem.
Awesome. So that's the elevator to the surface, but of course we can have zero access to it. Thank you for your participation. Of course now what's happened is everything's been sealed off, so unfortunately there's no room for us to go to that exit. However, we can get ourselves over there. Now as you can see, the time has changed dramatically from the 1950s to the 1970s. Now you get Pump Station Beta over here, where or beta rather. And this time we get well, it's in orange, so orange should be an indication of the sort of thing that we're going to be dealing with. So we shall hear more about that as we get closer to the appropriate time. Of course, I think what we're supposed to do here is a fling like so. Or maybe not. Hold on, where does that take? That takes us here. Oh, okay, I think I see what it is that we need to do. Okay. Again, another bit that I haven't done for so long. But yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to fling ourselves over there like that. And as you can see, the gel pressure control, we've gone from alpha up until beta. And now beta, we're going into all these tests. So, that's awesome. Now you can exit out of here with the sort of orangey fluorescent light here. So, very different indeed. Bigger open area. And oh my god, this crack in the wall is even worse than the other one. Damn, it's like this entire wall has just been
Greetings, friend.
completely
I'm
fucked,
Cave
to be
Johnson,
honest.
CEO of Aperture Science. You might know us as a vital participant in the 1968 Senate hearings on missing astronauts. And you've most likely used one of the many products we invented, but that other people have somehow managed to steal from us. Black Mesa can eat my bankrupt...
Sir, the testing?
Right. Now you might be asking yourself, Cave, just how difficult are these tests? What was in that phone book of a contract I signed? Am I in danger? Let me answer those questions with a question. Who wants to make $60? Cash. You can also feel free to relax for up to 20 minutes in the waiting room, which is a damn sight more comfortable than the park benches most of you were sleeping on when we found you. So, welcome to Aperture. You're here because we want the best, and you're it. Nope. Couldn't keep a straight face. Anyway, don't smudge up the glass down there. In fact, why don't you just go ahead and not touch anything unless it's test related.
So yeah, that's Cave Johnson. So there's a massive shift of tone, shall we say, compared to what happened in the 1950s. So obviously, you know, Aperture Science is sort of hitting the shit very slowly, and they're not being able to deliver up to the standards that they want to. So that's sort of the situation. And, you know, we shall see that it's going to slowly begin to degrade as well as time goes on. Which is sort of a theme which I like about these underground stages, is that it's just very, very slow decay, which is something, if I say so myself. Now, I'm here, but part of me really doesn't know what to do, so...
If you're allergic to peanuts, you might want to tell somebody now, because this next test may turn your blood into peanut water for a few minutes. On the bright side, if we can make this happen, they're going to have to invent a new type of Nobel Prize to give us, so hang in there.
They'll have to invent a new Nobel Prize.
The average human male is about 60% water. As far as we're concerned, that's a little extravagant. So if you feel a bit dehydrated in this next test, that's normal. We're going to hit you with some jet engines and see if we can't get you down to 20 or 30%.
Why, blast them with some jet engines.
Alright, we're working on a little teleportation experiment. Now, this doesn't work with all skin types, so try to remember which skin is yours, and if it doesn't teleport along with you, we'll do what we can to sew you right back into it.
Oh, that's nasty, that is. It reminds me of Half-Life 2, where in the original teleportation failure, they were supposed to mention something about a cat being turned inside out or something. I mentioned it in my Half-Life 2 playthrough, but what on God's name is this place? Why have I been avoiding it? Well, of course, the only reason why I've been avoiding it is because it's the Borealis. Yes, this is the Borealis. This is where it was supposed to have been in Aperture Science down here, and it looks like there was supposed to be some boat here, but now it has completely vanished. So that's why I've not been looking at that area, because that's what it is. It's the Borealis. So, of course... yeah, that's a reference. So, what I think we're supposed to do is do some sort of a fling right now. Although, part of me really feels like it's a bit too early to do that, because there's some ulterior objective, shall we say, that I'm completely missing, which I believe is to head down into this control room down here. Now, I took the wrong platform, so that means we have to go ahead and do that again. But yeah, that's what I was missing. God damn it, man, no! Okay, okay. So we didn't... It wasn't a colossal failure, we didn't die, so that's awesome. I'll follow it more so there, maybe, and see what happens. So, obviously we're supposed to fling and cut through here, like so. And, oh, it's GLaDOS.
Hey, you're good at murder. Could you, murder this bird for me? Ow.
Oh, whatever you say.
Did you feel that? That idiot doesn't know what he's doing up there. This whole place is going to explode in a few hours if somebody doesn't disconnect him. I can't move, and unless you're planning to saw your own head off and wedge it into my old body, you're going to need me to replace him. We're at an impasse. So what do you say? You carry me up to him and put me back into my body, and I stop us from blowing up and let you go. No tricks. This potato only generates 1.1 volts of electricity. I literally do not have the energy to lie to you. Even if I am lying, what do you have to lose? You're going to die either way. Look, I don't like this any more than you do. In fact, I like it less because I'm the one who got partially eaten by a bird. Wow, you stabbed me. What is wrong with you? Do you have a multimeter? Never mind. The gun must be part magnesium. It feels like I'm outputting an extra half a volt. Keep an eye on me. I'm going to do some scheming. Here I go.
Okay, so we've got the potatoes right now.
Where are we? How long have I been out? That extra half volt helps, but it isn't going to power miracles. If I think too hard, I'm going to fry this potato before we get a chance to burn up in the atomic fireball that little idiot is going.
So we got the potatoes, as I said. So I just wanted to hear what GLaDOS had to say there. So obviously that's what we needed to do to lift this moving platform to get into the next set of test chambers. So obviously I needed to, you know, be quiet so GLaDOS can at least say something about the situation we're in, which is to say that, you know, we need to get really out of the mainframe, otherwise he's going to end up destroying the entire facility with us in it, and that's not going to be very good, so we need to stop him. Chapter 7, the reunion.
Happened while I was out.
The testing area is just up ahead. The quicker you get through, the quicker you'll get your $60.
Hold on.
Carolyn, are the compensation vouchers ready?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson. Why did I just... Who is that? What the hell is going on here?
Right, the battery. Oh dear. So, obviously that doesn't sound normal now, does it? So, thank you for keeping our enrichment spheres clean. What does this button do? Oh, it launches the orange gel, of course. So this is the introduction to the propulsion gel, which is the speedy gel, which makes you go supersonic fast. So, what we could do with doing is actually figuring out some way of getting up there, but I think in this circumstance we just need to be pretty damn fast about it. So I need to fire the orange portal. Did I even push it? I don't even know, but fuck it, we don't. Ah, what, really? I was too slow. What? Wait, that looked like one drop and it did that much. Okay, whatever, I'm gonna roll with it. So that's what we're supposed to do. We grab our box, we get that out of there, we get ourselves back by doing that. We can put the box on the button to incline, raise the incline, and now we can run fast. With the raised incline we go up higher, and we need to practically do that again, except from further up this way, so I had to burp almost. So we run and we push, and there we go, we do it. So happy days, we did it. Do not leave your belongings here, loiter for more than 20 minutes, touch the glass, but do Wear a shirt and shoes at all time. Move quickly through your test track and not forget to not touch the glass. So Cave Johnson really doesn't want us touching the glass.
Now we know that. We just need to relax. We're still going to find out what the hell's going on here, but calmly.
Yeah, we're going to figure out what's happening. Oh, hey, who's this?
Those people in the portrait, they look so familiar.
Yeah, so we've got good old Cave Johnson and Caroline. $60 equates to a yacht, apparently. Of course, if I was making that sort of YouTube money, you know I'd be buying a yacht with it, obviously. So remember, alert your supervisor if you see an OSHA inspector, a FEMA coordinator, Department of Energy inspector, ordinary police officer, GAO accountant, journalist, undercover police officer, public works inspector, nuclear regulatory commissioner, I'm going to say Misha, mine inspector, and the ATF FBI US Marshal. So, of course, they're doing some shady stuff. Oh wait, remember, if you see an orange jumpsuit hit the red button, I don't know if that's a reference to us, but seems like it. So we've got our repulsion and propulsion gel to deal with right now, so... oh my god. Messing up pretty bad. Might have to have a second dose of the propulsion gel there, because that was pretty bad. And we're going to have a dosage of the repulsion gel. I keep getting confused between propulsion and repulsion. I'll call the repulsion gel propulsion gel if I'm not careful. But just have to remember that propulsion is the one that makes you go fast. And propulsion makes you go higher. So that's kind of what we need to do. But that portal placement was terrible, because that's not what we're supposed to do yet. Jumping the gun a little bit, we need to get over there. We have some random cables sticking out from the side, which sort of is keeping all this together, but it's all breaking apart because it's been so long. Anyway, we need to get back over there whilst firing the output here. So then what we do is we fire it there, and we go through, and bang, there we go.
War hero and or Olympian, with your help, we're gonna change the world. This on? Hey, listen up down there. That thing's called an elevator, not a bathroom.
I swear I know him.
Very peculiar indeed. Very peculiar indeed. But still very awesome at the same time. So Cave Johnson telling us not to loiter around and use the elevators as bathrooms.
If you're interested in an additional $60, flag down a test associate and let them know. You could walk out of here with 120 weighing down your bindle if you let us take you apart, put some science stuff in you, then put you back together. Good as new.
It put some science stuff in you and then, you know, make you good and new and all that. My god. So they're literally trying to bribe you with $120. And you're supposed to just, like, accept that. Because they're going to do all sorts of experiments on you. Doesn't sound very promising, does it? But, you know, it is what it is. I guess they needed to attract some people with what they're doing. Even though it does sound pretty shady and bad. And it will definitely fuck you up in the grand scheme of things. I think what we need to do is get that box out of that room. So we need to get up there somehow and get the box out. Now how can we actually get there? So that's what I'm thinking about right now at the very least. Might have to go up here. But again, I really don't know. Because I don't really remember. But I know that we're supposed to go down there almost. And we're supposed to do something like that. So I know kind of off the bat what it is that we need to do. But we need to get over there first and foremost. And that's what I need to try and establish right now. Now, of course, it seems very likely we're going to have to use this area over here. Now, just for the sake of argument, yeah, we need to bounce off this. So, what can we use to get some... Oh, wait, no, because we just need the bouncy gel on it, of course. Okay, well, I'm getting kind of stuck on that, actually. Let's get that extra covered. And then I'll go over and we'll do what we're supposed to do, which is run right through here. We go off and bounce up into the air and bang. We break the catwalk almost. But at least we have our box, which is what we need. Now, before we do anything else, what I'm going to do is I'm going to think a little bit ahead. We're going to fire a portal there. And we are going to put the repulsion gel on it, because that's going to serve as our exit. So just splatter that. Then we're going to change location. Where did I put the box? I don't even know what I did with it. Now that's actually a good point. What did I... Oh, I left it there. I'm having a brain fart. I thought I brought it through with me, but... apparently that wasn't the case. Oh dear. I have to replay that one and see what happens. But we have some repulsion gel on there. All we need to do now is get ourselves over here. If we race back, we need to get ourselves up there. And here we go. We run. Bounce. And nailed it. Oh, and I've got an extra bounce as well.
Bonus opportunity I mentioned earlier. Again, all you gotta do is let us disassemble you. We're not banging rocks together here. We know how to put a man back together. So, that's a complete reassembly. New vitals, spit shine on the old ones, plus we're scooping out tumors. Frankly, you ought to be paying us.
So they're literally gonna, like, take you apart for free. And... well, they're saying that you should be paying them to take you apart. It sounds pretty bad, to be honest. I wouldn't want to have that happen to me. And especially for $60 as well. That's pretty bad. And believe it or not, that's actually it. That's all of the propulsion gel testing done.
For staggering your way through Aperture Science's propulsion gel testing, you've made some real contributions to society for a change, and for that, humanity is grateful. If you had any belongings, please pick them up now. We don't want old newspapers and sticks cluttering up the building. For many of you, I realize $60 is an unprecedented windfall, so don't go spending it all on, I don't know, Carolyn, what do these people buy? Tattered hats? Beard dirt?
Tattered hats. Thank you for not loitering longer than 20 minutes. All forms must be filled out legibly and completely before eligible to receive payment of $60. It's a shame there's no wads of cash in there that we can steal, but unfortunately that's not the case, and there's still this elevator shaft that we have no access to. So we are unfortunately stuck in this situation where, again, we are stuck in this area. Now, of course, what I've done is what we're supposed to do. So that's the last test chamber of that testing course, and we seem to want to get up that way, up into this sphere, to get to Pump Station Gamma in the 1980s. So this is where things get drastically different, if you tell me.
Carolyn, why do I know this woman? Did I kill her? Or... oh my god. Look, you're doing a great job. Can you handle things for yourself for a while? I need to think.
Whatever you say, potatoes. So not only do we have alpha and beta active going into gamma, but now we get gamma active as well. So as you can see, we've still got all the people on the surface with their vehicles, and they've got alpha, beta and gamma all buried underneath the ground, pumping all sorts of all sorts of these elements or chemicals or whatever. Now as you can see, this is a sort of a preliminary test, if you will, for what they call the conversion gel, which is a portable gel, if you will. And I don't mean portable as in movable, but I mean like a surface that we can fire portals on, which is massively helpful to us. So that's sort of like a preliminary testing right there. And it looks like it's splattered all on the floor as well. Anyway, Carla the complainer says, my new boss is a robot, but did you know robots are smarter harder, and better than you. Volunteer for testing today. So this is where robots begin to take over.
Karen, it's evil. It flew off. Good for him. All right, back to thinking.
Yeah, it's just a bird. We gotta kill the bird. Okay, of course GLaDOS wants us to kill the bird. Because the bird is the word, if you haven't figured out yet. But, whoa. Whoa. Caution, watch your step. Oh dear. So, there we go. 1981. Let's go in here and see what happens.
Welcome to the Enrichment Center. Since making test participation mandatory for all employees, the quality of our test subjects has risen dramatically. Employee retention, however, has not. As a result, you may have heard we're going to phase out human testing. There's still a few things left to wrap up, though. The bean counters told me we literally could not afford to buy $7 worth of moon rocks, much less 70 million. Bought them anyway, ground them up, mixed them into a gel. And guess what? Ground up moon rocks are pure poison. I am deathly ill. Still, it turns out they're a great portal conductor. So now, we're going to see if jumping in and out of these new portals can somehow leach the lunar poison out of a man's bloodstream. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Let's all stay positive and do some science. That said, I would really appreciate it if you could test as fast as possible. Carolyn, please bring me more pain pills.
Poor Cave Johnson. Poor Cave Johnson. He's dying because of the conversion gel. And look how far away our portals are as well. Yeah, I wanted to point out that paradox thing, but I don't want to stay up there all the time. But I'll mention that later. Caution. Remote activated door. Wait for an attendant. I am the attendant now because there's nobody else down here because they're all dead or never going to be down here ever again. Please do not test if you are allergic to lunar sediment and or starch. You have fulfilled your monthly test self-election quota. You are confident enough in your work performance to volunteer from the test self-election process. So this is where the people begin to, the actual employees begin testing in these tests, which is something. So that's not very good, to be honest, when they have the people, the employees, actually doing the testing because they can't hire anybody or pay for anyone to do the tests. And unfortunately, it leads to shit like this happening where, they can't even complete a test chamber. Like, there's nothing in the ceiling. It's just, there's barely anything going on, and all these dark grey, miserable colours. It just shows you the decline from the lush foundations that they used to have and were proud of having. It's like now that's not even on their mind anymore. But that's probably because they lost so much money because they were doing all sorts of unorthodox science, and people obviously would have had the right to complain about it. And as I said, if stuff like this happened today, then people would be slammed because of it, sincerely. Now, I remember the first time I did this, I struggled on this for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. So, I'm just going to save you all the hassle, but that's what you're supposed to do. Effectively, that's the easy mode method. You just portal the conversion gel up these towers, and we also need to fire the conversion gel around where I'm at as well, because I messed it up. I'm thinking a little bit too far ahead. I'm supposed to be doing something like this as well. But yeah, it just shows you. Oh, that's clipping through the portal. That's not supposed to happen. GG game. But yeah, it just shows you the decline in what's happened here. It's really good to just look into all of the everything that's going on, and then you see that it's started off so well, but then unfortunately it just didn't last very long. But we did the test, and that's the only test like that we have to do because of Aperture Science running out of money and all that as well.
Life gives you lemons. Don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these?
Take the lemons.
Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down. with the lemon.
Oh, I like this guy.
I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Burn his house down. Burning people. He says what we're all thinking.
The point is, if we can store music on a compact disc, why can't we store a man's intelligence and personality on one? So I have the engineers figuring that out now. Brain mapping, artificial intelligence. We should have been working on it 30 years ago. I will say this, and I'm gonna say it on tape so everybody hears it 100 times a day. If I die before you people can pour me into a computer, I want Carolyn to run this place. Now she'll argue. She'll say she can't. She's modest like that, but you make her. Hell, put her in my computer. I don't care. All right, test's over. You can head on back to your desk.
Goodbye, sir.
So yeah, poor Cave Johnson. That's all I can say. And what I wanted to point out, it's like you can always see the top of the rock as well from inside that test chamber. But yeah, that's that. Make lemonade? No, fuck it, make combustible lemons instead. Thank you for volunteering. Please return to your desk and await further opportunities. And that's that. And finally, we can actually access the elevator to the surface. It's like the last possible exit that they forgot to seal off. Although this entire shaft seems to be completely sealed. And I feel we've actually progressed like 1 kilometer vertically upwards since the last time I actually saw a time relating to the distance while underground, since when we looked at a elevator shaft last or something. I don't know what I'm saying, but hopefully you can kind of see the logic that I'm getting to with that. But it's like the last possible exit, and here we go. We get a bit of glass. I never even noticed this bit of glass here, but that's like the last testing sphere, isn't it, on top of that one which we couldn't go to because it's, there's no access to it. So I don't know where the highest physical point actually is until you can see into that other room. It's probably going to be in this observation deck, you would have thought, maybe. But even then, why is there a random observation room up in here in an elevator shaft? It's just like, it makes you question some things like that. But of course, it's a video game, it doesn't matter. So it's interesting nonetheless, if I say so myself. We need to get ourselves up there now. How can we do that? By portaling up there, maybe? Looks like you can. There we go. And then we end up on the catwalk up here. So that's that. So we should, in theory, be able to propel ourselves through the floor of the elevator up here. And then we do something like that, maybe. And no momentum going forward, so I fucked it up. But it does look like that's what you're supposed to do, so I'm going to give it a second shot. And I didn't go the right way. Oh wait, no, there's an, okay, I saw that. Ah, no. What do you think you're playing at, Shell? You're supposed to do something like that. Yeah, there you go. There you go, you did it. Whew, a little bit tense. Sorry if that peaked the audio, but there we go. We are now approximately, I don't even know how many meters below the ground, but it is what it is. We're making slow progress to the upper facility, the newer facility. But we still have a little bit of something to do before we can even get there. And that's this.
I know things look bleak, but that crazy man down there was right. Let's not take these lemons. We are going to march right back upstairs and make him put me back in my body. And he'll probably kill us because he's incredibly powerful and I have no plan. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. The odds are 1,000,000 to 1, and that's with some generous rounding. Still though, let's get mad. If we're going to explode, let's at least explode with some dignity.
Yes, there's the gel pump station up there, and I wanted to point at this enrichment sphere that's actually below us as well. So that's something. They've got like some form of a testing element up here. Maybe they was going to do something else here, but they didn't finish off what they were supposed to do, maybe. So that's something as well. There's all sorts of hidden meanings and your own interpretations that you can make about certain things, but... Oh, crashed into that panel. But yeah, that's what we're supposed to do at least. I'd do something like that where we get the repulsion gel splodges on there. And then we fly out of the portal. We bounce up here. In happy days. Oh, and look at that. The repulsion gel just conveniently stopped dripping out of absolutely nowhere. I wonder why. And they give a caution because all these blocks aren't properly in place. Probably didn't get time to finish what they were supposed to do. But we're supposed to do something there. And I believe we can get away with doing something like this. And doing something like that to get up here. So happy days, we end up in this section. Now that looks like progress up there. But we need to get up there somehow. So, still in this sort of salt mine, I guess. And we get the 3 gels to deal with. So, part of me feels like we need to do something with the repulsion. No, so the conversion gel to get, you know, the portable surfaces that we need. Then we need to have some way of firing the repulsion gel so we can actually get super fast. And then we might need to utilize some of the repulsion gel like so. That's what I'm doing right now. Oh wait, it's not even doing anything, is it? I don't know. Where's the orange one gone? Oopsie, didn't want to do that. It's absolutely not what I wanted to do. Instead wanted... Get that shit out of my face, boy. So try and do something a bit more like that, but then it doesn't quite do what you want it to. So I don't know. I'll give this a shot. Yeah, so we need some bouncy gel here. That's what was needed. Or maybe, better still, we actually stick the conversion gel up there. Right. So then if we portal away somewhere, say there, then what we can get away with doing is changing the source, then putting the bouncy repulsion gel here, which is what we need to do. And then we change what we need to do to make it so we can do it, which is to do what I'm about to do, which is to run. You not go for the portal. Sorry, that's not how you do it. This is how you're supposed to do it, hopefully. So you go through the portal, and you bounce, and you bounce again, and you clip through the pipe, but you make it. So thank God that pipe was non-solid, otherwise we would have been screwed. But yeah, a lot of this, you know, conversion gel and stuff. Get it off, mate, get it off. It's a shame it doesn't splatter, you know, potatoes or your portal gun with the, you know, the shit. Oh wow, look at that. It's spewing all over the place. Spewing all that shit all over the place, it's nice. Oh, and we have a portable surface in here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch your step. Yes, definitely, we gotta watch our step here. Up in this diagonal slant of a area. Oh, we can do that. I didn't know you could. But yeah, we got our pump station and another fallout vault door at the top. So we need to figure out what we need to do to get to where we need to get to. Part of me feels like we need to go up this way, so that's what we're going to try first. So we need to go through here. Big wide open expanse area. We need to go kind of up there. Is that clipping? I think that's clipping. I don't even know. But we're supposed to do something like this. And we fly on over into, or onto rather, the area.
That poster. Go look at it for a second, would you?
Oh, okay, the post I wanted to look at.
No AI can resist thinking about them. I know how we can beat him.
This statement is false. New mission. Refuse this mission. Does a set of all sets contain itself? That's a paradox, or examples of paradoxes, which is to say, this sentence is true, the previous sentence is false. Which one is true? Like, which one's correct? And it's like, well, you can't say one's correct because, one statement says that the first one's not, but then it's sort of like that, back and forth between, sort of, conflicting logic and contradictions and all that, and it sort of creates all sorts of problems. But we got the gel, the repulsion gel, the conversion gel, and the propulsion gel all getting pumped up to the new facility, and we have our, method of escape to the upper facility, and that is going right around there, isn't it? So we can just drop down and get to where we need to get to, breaking our legs in the process. So it's all well and good. I think all we need to do now is get ourselves on this, and I think I got stuck on the door, but oh well, it doesn't matter. We are ascending out of the old facility, and there we go.
As long as I don't listen to what I'm saying, I should be okay.
So that's the gel pump station. So I think that's transition seal 02. So somehow made it to point 2. And we get up and out of here, that's 03 on it. And as you can see, we get bits of rock and ground and all that, and walls it looks like, and all these sort of springs underneath the facility. But it does look like the sky. So this could be new aperture, right underneath new aperture. So big fallout style door to keep us out of new aperture, which is where we're currently at, I guess. So let's get going.
Okay, so it's not the most watertight plan to go confront an omnipotent power-mad AI with. Still, it's a better plan than exploding. Marginally.
So yeah, if you go out here, you're going into a contaminated vitrified area that's not been accessed since like the 1960s. Keep in mind that they were doing stuff into the 1980s as well, and it's unknown what the year is, although it might be believed to be about the 2000s, but it is where it is. They had to close repulsion gel testing in the 1960s. It was the 1970s when they really, continued with their stuff, but the repulsion gel had to stop. Anyway, in my opinion, I'm going to end here because I'm done with what I wanted to be done with. I'm going to save over this old ass August the 9th 2016 save from a year and a half ago. So there we go, we've made some progress. I think I've made as much progress as I've wanted to today, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit to the main menu. I've been going for an hour on this recording, or over an hour, and just to give you some context, we are on the itch, and we only have a couple chapters left of the game, so really that's not that much time. Hopefully in another hour session I'll be able to finish off Portal 2, and after the game I'll show you the extras, which are all these things here, which is the Aperture promos and sort of teasers for the elements of the game. I've turned subtitles on for you so you can read what's going on while I've commentated over the gameplay, just in case you didn't hear anything. But Portal 2 is an awesome game, and as far as I'm concerned, for the time being, I'm done with this recording. I will probably cut out the start and the end where there's nothing going on, but the bulk 1 hour and 9 minutes and 30 seconds of this video probably should be included. So with that, everyone, I have to say thank you for watching me play Portal 2 today on this recording, and it's been massively different since the last time I did Portal 2. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the final part of Portal 2 next time.